Okay, let's get right to it. Think about this. You're at your childcare setting, everything's running smoothly, and then suddenly, maybe a child collapses during playtime, or perhaps a colleague looks unwell and then is unresponsive.
It's that kind of scenario, isn't it? The one that just makes your stomach drop.
Exactly. But what if you felt truly ready, prepared to act? That's why we're taking a deep dive today into a piece of equipment that can make a life-saving difference. Automated External Defibrillators, or AEDs.
And it's so crucial for people working in childcare. I mean, Paul Kenny Training often hears about this, the sheer responsibility you have.
You're entrusted with the well-being of children day in, day out.
Right. And while these emergencies, thankfully, are rare, being equipped, having that knowledge,
Right.
Well, it's not just about ticking a box. It could genuinely save a young life.
Absolutely. And we've been digging into the Automated External Defibrillators, AEDs Guidance for Schools. It's a Department for Education document from January 2025.
Now, it says schools, but honestly, the core information.
It applies everywhere, doesn't it? Nurseries, preschools, all childcare settings. Paul Kenny Training knows you've been asking about this specifically.
Definitely. And we've also looked at the British Heart Foundation's YouTube video from 2023. What is a defibrillator?
Mm-hmm.
It's really good. Very clear explanation.
Yeah, it helps break it down.
So our mission for this deep dive, it's simple, really. We want to give you a straightforward, easy-to-follow guide on AEDs, specifically for first aid in childcare.
Cut through the jargon. Focus on what you actually need to know. Practical stuff.
Exactly. Build that confidence so you feel prepared. It's about understanding what matters when you might need an AED in your setting.
We want you to finish this feeling, well, empowered. Knowing the key facts, the kind Paul Kenny Training knows you're looking for without feeling overwhelmed. So let's start right at the beginning. What exactly is an AED?
Okay, so an AED, an Automated External Defibrillator. It's basically a portable machine. You place pads on the outside of someone's body externally, and it analyzes their heart rhythm if they're in cardiac arrest. If it detects a specific kind of problem rhythm, it can deliver an electrical shock to try and sort of reset the heart.
And the amazing thing is how easy they've made them to use now.
Totally. They have clear voice prompts, sometimes visual ones too, guiding you every step of the way. The guidance actually mentions the Mediana A15 as an example that has both.
And this is key, something Paul Kenny Training always highlights. You don't need to be a doctor or paramedic. You don't need prior training to use one.
The machine literally talks you through it, which often brings up another really important question, one Paul Kenny Training hears all the time.
Yeah.
What's the actual difference between a cardiac arrest and a heart attack? They sound similar.
But they're not the same thing at all, are they?
Not at all. Both serious, yes, but different events requiring different immediate actions.
Okay, so let's break it down. Cardiac arrest, that's when the heart just suddenly stops pumping blood properly.
Right.
Like an electrical fault.
Precisely. The person collapses, they're unconscious, unresponsive. They're either not breathing or they're making strange gasping sounds, not breathing normally.
That's the immediate life or death moment. Needs CPR straight away, possibly the AED, and calling 999 is critical.
Absolutely critical. Now, a heart attack,
Yeah.
that's more like a plumbing issue. Usually a blood clot blocks an artery, stopping blood flow to a part of the heart muscle.
So the person is usually still conscious.
Generally, yes. They'll likely have chest pain, maybe pain spreading to the arm, jaw, neck, back. They might feel sick, sweaty, short of breath, but they're usually awake and breathing.
Still needs 999 urgently, though.
Oh, definitely. Urgent medical help is needed. But the immediate first aid isn't usually CPR or an AED, unless...
Unless they then go into cardiac arrest because of the heart attack.
Exactly. So cardiac arrest, electrical problem, heart stopped pumping. Heart attack blockage, heart still pumping, but muscle is being damaged. Knowing the difference helps determine that immediate response.
That's a really helpful way to put it. And yeah, Paul Kenny Training gets asked that a lot. So in cardiac arrest, time is everything, which leads us nicely to the chain of survival. What is that exactly?
Their chain of survival. It's a sequence of 4 crucial steps. When these happen quickly and in order, they massively increase the chances of someone surviving cardiac arrest.
Okay, step 1.
First link, early recognition. Realizing someone's in cardiac arrest and immediately calling for help, dialing 999. The guidance makes a great point. Put your phone on speaker.
Ah, so your hands are free. Makes sense.
Exactly. You need to start helping. Which brings us to link number 2.
Which is?
Early CPR. cardiopulmonary resuscitation, basically pushing down hard and fast on the center of the chest.
Chest compressions.
Right. This keeps some oxygenated blood moving around the body, especially to the brain, kind of buying time until the heart can be restarted.
And a guidance mentions you don't have to do the rescue breaths if you're unable or unwilling.
Correct. Compression-only CPR is still really valuable and definitely recommended over doing nothing. Just keep pushing hard and fast.
Good to know. Okay, so we've called 999. We're doing CPR. What's link number 3?
Early defibrillation. That's where the AED comes in. Using it as soon as possible to deliver that shock, if it's needed.
If it's needed. So the AED decides.
Yes. It analyzes the heart rhythm. If it detects a shockable rhythm, it will tell you to deliver a shock. If it doesn't detect one, it'll tell you to continue CPR. Not all cardiac arrest rhythms can be fixed with a shock.
Okay, makes sense. And the final link.
Link 4 is early post-resuscitation care. That's the advanced care the paramedics and hospital staff provide once they take over.
Yeah.
Stabilizing the patient, figuring out the cause.
So the crucial thing, and Paul Kenny training really emphasizes this, is that anyone, you, me, anyone can do the first 3 steps.
Absolutely. Recognize it, call 999, start CPR, use the AED.
Yeah.
Getting that AED on quickly, that early defibrillation, it dramatically boosts survival chances. It really is empowering. Okay, let's talk a bit more about the CPR itself. The guidance covers adults and children. What are the key points for childcare providers?
Well, the main goal, chest compressions to pump blood, is the same. Rate is 100 to 120 compressions per minute for both. But there are slight differences, particularly for children age 1 up to 17.
Okay, so for adults, say 18 plus.
For adults, check for response, shout for help, call 999, put the phone on speaker, then 30 chest compressions, hard and fast in the center of the chest. Then, if you're trained and willing, 2 rescue breaths. If not, just keep going with the compressions.
Keep going until
help arrives and takes over, the person starts showing signs of life, like waking up, moving, breathing normally, you become too exhausted to continue, or, critically, the AED arrives and tells you what to do next. You follow its prompts.
Got it. And for children, 1 to 17, what's the main difference there?
The key difference the guidance highlights is right at the start. For a child, after checking response and shouting for help, you give 5 initial rescue breaths before starting chest compressions. Okay. 5 breaths first. Then
it's 30 chest compressions, just like adults. Same rate, 100 and 120 per minute, followed by 2 rescue breaths. And you continue that cycle. 30 compressions, 2 breaths.
Use the AED if it's there.
Definitely. Attach it as soon as possible and follow its instructions. The endpoints are the same as for adults help arrives, signs of life, exhaustion, or AED instructions.
Crucially, always follow the AED's voice prompts. It will guide you.
Yes. It might tell you to pause CPR while it analyses, or to continue CPR immediately after a shock, or if no shock is needed. Just listen and do what it says.
Now, what if you're the only person there? Paul Kenny training knows this worries people in smaller settings. You see someone collapse.
Right. If you're alone, the guidance is clear. Your absolute priority after checking response is to call 999 immediately, then start CPR right away.
Don't leave the person to go looking for an AED.
No, not if you're the only one there. Start CPR. The ambulance is on its way, and they will bring a defibrillator with them. Your CPR is vital in that time.
That's a really important clarification. Okay, using the AED pad placement seems crucial. How does that work?
It is crucial for the shock to be effective, but again, they try to make it easy. Most AED pads actually have diagrams printed right on them showing where they go.
Oh, that's handy.
Yeah, and the guidance usually shows this too. For adults, typically one pad goes on the upper right side of the chest, just below the collarbone.
Okay.
And the other goes on the lower left side of the chest, kind of under the armpit area on the ribs.
And for children, is it different?
For smaller children, say age 1 to 8, if you only have adult pads and they risk touching each other in those standard positions.
Because the child's chest is smaller.
Exactly. Then the guidance suggests an alternative. Put one pad in the center of the chest and the other one on the child's back, in the middle, directly opposite the front pad.
Front and back.
Right. But ideally, if you have pediatric pads or a special key or a switch for child mode on your AED, you should use that for children aged 1 to 8. Always follow the pictures on the pads and the machine's instructions.
Makes sense. Always follow the prompts. Now let's shift gears a bit. Acquiring an AED. Paul Kenny training gets asked this constantly. The guidance mentions buying through the NHS supply chain.
Yes, this is a really useful piece of information in the guidance. The Department for Education has set up an arrangement with NHS supply chain.
For who exactly?
It's for a range of eligible settings across the UK, maintains schools, academies, independent schools, but also registered nurseries, preschools, playgroups, even out-of-school providers.
So most childcare settings could potentially use this.
Potentially, yes. It allows them to buy AEDs, often at a reduced cost. It's completely voluntary, though Paul Kenny Training always stresses this. No one has to buy one this way.
But it's a good option to know about. You mentioned it's on page 16 of the guidance.
That's right. Page 16 has the details on this specific scheme.
Okay, so if a nursery or playgroup decides to go this route, what do they actually get in the package?
It's quite comprehensive. You get the AED unit itself, naturally. You get what's called an adult pediatric pad pack. That's clever. It combines the battery and the electrode pads into one single unit, suitable for both adults and kids.
Oh, simplifies things.
Yeah. Plus, a wall sign, a carry case, user manual, a quick reference card, a training video link, and importantly, an AED prep kit.
What's in the prep kit?
Useful bits and pieces. A CPR face shield, clothing scissors, really strong ones to cut through clothes quickly, a prep razor for chest hair, if needed for pad contact, gloves, and a small towel. Basically everything you might need to prepare the person and use the AED effectively.
Sounds very complete. How does a setting actually order this package?
The guidance points directly to the supplier, Arrow Healthcare Ltd. You contact them either by phone on 01403-599-209 or by email, d4s@arrowhealthcare.co.uk. It's DD number 4 is s@arrowhealthcare.co.uk.
And what info do they need?
They'll need the setting's name and address, your URN number if you have one, your local authority, the type of setting like registered nursery, a contact person's name, email, and phone number.
Pretty standard stuff.
Yeah. You should get a confirmation email within about 2 working days, and the AED usually arrives within 2 weeks.
What if a setting wants to buy from somewhere else, not through this scheme? Any tips?
Yes, the guidance includes Appendix A. This outlines the minimum technical specifications for an AED. It's worth looking at if you're comparing models from different suppliers. Helps ensure you're getting something that meets essential standards.
Good reference point. Paul Kenny Training probably suggests comparing options too.
Absolutely. And maybe even asking your local ambulance service if they have preferred models they commonly see or use.
Good idea. Okay, so you've got your AED. Where do you put it? Location is everything, right?
Absolutely critical. The guidance stresses visibility and accessibility. Clear signage is a must. People need to find it fast in an emergency.
How fast are we talking?
Ideally, no more than a 2-minute brisk walk. So about 1 minute there and 1 minute back from anywhere it's likely to be needed. Think playgrounds, main halls, maybe near staff areas or rooms used by anyone with a known heart condition.
So you need to do a bit of thinking, a risk assessment.
Definitely. Consider deployment time, any obstacles like stairs or locked doors, health and safety aspects of the location itself, and security. You don't want it easily stolen or damaged.
What about making it available to the wider community, like putting it on an outside wall?
The guidance discusses this. It can be a great community benefit, especially if ambulance response times are longer in your area. An external cabinet may be unlocked or with a code known locally.
What?
But the priority has to be the needs of your setting first, the children and staff. Community access might add complexity, insurance considerations, potential wear and tear. It needs careful thought.
Okay. And the cabinets themselves, locked or unlocked.
Right. For outdoor cabinets, they need to be weatherproof and ideally thermostatically controlled to protect the AED from extreme heat or cold. Good lighting helps too. And definitely use the standard Green Resuscitation Council UK sign.
Locked versus unlocked is the big question, though.
It's a trade-off. Locked gives more security against misuse or theft. Unlocked gives instant access. If you go for locked, you need a solid plan for quick access.
Like what?
Maybe a break glass box with the key right next to it, or a coded lock, but the code must be known by all relevant staff and, crucially, registered with the ambulance service via the circuit.
Ah, the circuit again. Tell us more about that. Why is registration so important?
The circuit is the National Defibrillator Network. It links your AED's location and access details directly to every ambulance service control room in the UK. The guidance strongly recommends registering your AED. It's free.
So if I call 999 about a cardiac arrest?
The call handler can see your registered AED on their map, check its availability, and if it's accessible, they can tell the caller or bystander exactly where it is and how to get access, like providing the cabinet code if it's registered.
That could save vital minutes.
Absolutely. Plus, registering often means you get handy reminders for your weekly checks when your pads are due to expire. You can nominate guardians to get these alerts too. It really helps manage the AED.
Sounds like a no-brainer, really. Okay, so it's registered, it's in place. What about keeping it ready? Maintenance.
Crucial. An AED is no good if it doesn't work when needed. Regular checks are essential, at least weekly.
What are you checking for?
Most AEDs do self-tests and have a status indicator, usually a light or symbol. You just need to check that it's showing the ready or okay status. If it's showing a warning, you need to follow the user manual to figure out what's wrong.
Check the cabinet, too, if it's in one.
Yeah, make sure the cabinet's okay, not damaged, lock working if it has one. And always refer to your specific AED's manual for its checking procedures.
What about the pads and battery?
Right, consumables. The pads need replacing after every use. Same for things in the prep kit, like razors, gloves. But even if never used, the pads and the battery have expiry dates, usually a few years.
And they must be replaced before they expire.
Must be. An out-of-date battery might not deliver a shock. Out-of-date pads might not stick properly or conduct electricity well. Use the correct replacements for your specific model. They're not universal.
You mentioned the NHS scheme might help with replacement costs.
Yes, if you bought through that DFE NHS supply chain arrangement, Appendix B in the guidance has contact details for getting discounted consumables. Remember to mention the DFE scheme when ordering. Some DFE-supplied AEDs apparently even have automatic replacement programs for pads and batteries.
Oh, that's really handy. Any other maintenance? Software?
Occasionally, yes. Resuscitation guidelines get updated based on new science. This might mean your AED needs a software update to match the latest protocols.
How do you know?
If you're registered on the circuit, you should be notified if an update is needed. The supplier, including NHS supply chain, should provide these updates free of charge according to the guidance. And eventually, the whole AED unit will reach the end of its service life and need replacing.
Right. Now, training. We said you don't need formal training to use one.
Correct. They're designed for layperson use, following the prompts.
But what about workplace regulations, like PURE? Does that mean staff need formal training?
The guidance addresses this. It suggests that because AEDs are designed this way for untrained use, a short general awareness briefing for staff should be enough to meet the basic statutory duties under PURE.
So just making sure everyone knows what it is, where it is, and that it talks you through it.
Pretty much. But, and Paul Kenny Training really advocates for this, simply raising awareness and building confidence across the whole team is hugely valuable. The more people feel comfortable and know how simple they are, the more likely someone is to actually grab it and use it without hesitation.
Makes sense. And you can weave this into other things.
Yeah, like first aid education generally. It's part of the health curriculum anyway.
Yeah.
Primary kids learn basics. Secondary learn CPR and should understand AEDs. Childcare settings can incorporate age-appropriate awareness too.
Are there good places to get resources or maybe look into optional awareness sessions?
Definitely. The guidance lists lots. Local ambulance service, charities like Arrhythmia Alliance, British Red Cross, Royal Life Saving Society UK, St. John Ambulance, they often have resources.
And the British Heart Foundation.
Yes. Specifically mentioned is their free CPR kit for secondary schools, and importantly, their Revive Year online training. It's brilliant 15 minutes, teaches you CPR and how to use a defibrillator, totally free. Anyone can do it on their phone or computer. Highly recommend.
Revive VR. Okay, good tip. And having a plan.
Essential. A simple, clear resuscitation action plan for your setting. What happens step by step if someone collapses? Who does what? How is the chain of survival initiated?
And after an incident.
Follow-up is important. Contacting the ambulance service, they might want to download the data from the AED for the patient's ongoing care. Debriefing for rescuers can be helpful too. And crucially, replace all the used consumables immediately. Check the AED is ready to go again, and be aware of RIDDOR reporting if it was a work-related cardiac arrest.
Let's talk safety. People worry, especially around kids. Are AEDs safe?
Yes, the guidance is very clear. They are safe. The machine analyzes the rhythm. It will not shock unless it's needed. And it always gives clear verbal warnings like stand clear before delivering a shock, giving everyone time to move away.
Safe for kids, too. We mentioned pediatric pads.
Yes. The Mediana A15 supplied via DFE uses universal pads for adults and children over 1 year old. Standard AEDs are generally fine for all ages, but using pediatric pads or mode for kids aged 1 to 8 is preferred if available. If not, adult pads, using that front-back placement if needed, are better than no defibrillation.
What about pregnancy?
Absolutely use the AED on a pregnant woman in cardiac arrest. The guidance is explicit. It's the best chance for both mom and baby. Just make sure you tell the 999 operator that the person is pregnant.
And any legal worries. People hesitate sometimes, thinking they might get sued.
It's common concern, But the Resuscitation Council UK has guidance on this. Generally, acting in good faith to save a life is supported. Having the AED, having a plan, basic awareness, these are all positive steps. The risk of legal issues is extremely low compared to the potential benefit.
Okay, let's bust a few myths Paul Kenny training often hears about AEDs. Myth 1, you can accidentally shock someone who doesn't need it.
False. AEDs analyze. No shockable rhythm, no shock advised. Simple as that.
Myth 2, only trained people can use them.
False again. Designed for anyone. Voice prompts guide you.
Myth 3, they're really complicated.
Nope. Designed for simplicity under pressure. Open it. Follow instructions.
Myth 4, only for adults.
False. Usable on children, ideally with pediatric pads mode, but adult pads can be used if necessary.
Myth 5, you need to fill out loads of paperwork afterwards.
Not the priority. Saving the life is the priority. Follow the AED and 999 instructions. Data download is for the professionals later. Your job is to act fast.
Great myth busting. Okay, let's wrap up. Key takeaways for everyone listening from childcare settings.
I think the main things are AEDs are vital, they are easy and safe to use, and they can genuinely save lives in your setting. Knowing where yours is, being prepared to act, that's huge.
And remember that NHS supply chain purchasing option is there, detailed on page 16 of the guidance, if your setting is looking to get one.
It really boils down to empowerment. Knowing that you, even without formal training, can step up and make that critical difference. Understanding the basics, knowing your settings planned. That's incredibly powerful.
Absolutely. So a few practical things for you to do after listening. Go find the AED in your setting. Seriously, know where they are.
Refresh your memory on your setting's first aid or emergency plan. How does it work?
Chat with your colleagues about AED awareness. Does everyone know the basics?
Check out those free resources, especially the British Heart Foundation's Reviver online training. 15 minutes well spent.
And if purchasing is on the agenda, maybe contact Arrow Healthcare about that NHS scheme. The details were 01403-599-209 or D4s at arrowhealthcare.co.uk.
Which leads us to a final thought, a question for you to ponder.
Go on.
Knowing you could be that crucial first link in the chain, that first responder, what one small practical step will you take today to boost your preparedness for a medical emergency in your childcare environment?
Something to think about. This has been a Dip Dive First Aid Guide from Paul Kenny Training.